Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy, and welcome to the third bonus video for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. This will most likely be the final bonus video of the series, but that is not set in stone. For those of you who may be new to my channel or my style and approach to Let's Plays, bonus videos can be made at any point once the series' main story has concluded, and there's been times where years afterwards I've made a bonus video. Most recently, and I believe the only example, was for Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Ocarina of Time. I made a few bonus videos about the recently published beta version. That was a handful of months ago, and that was my first Let's Play on the channel. So that series was about 2.5 years old, and yeah, I decided to make a bonus video about it. But anyway, in today's video we're going to be doing the bonuses of the game. We have to load into our save file, so we will load into the save file right here, because this one has the latest achievements. And as you can see, we have bonuses. Unlock bonus features by progressing through the game and solving mysteries and puzzles. The range of features will vary on each save. We have a lot of things to do and a lot of things that have been added into the game in the mobile HD remaster. But let's start with charms. Charms is an area where you can view the charms you have collected throughout the game. It's not too important. The next feature is the level 5 ID rewards, which is sort of like a rewards program for playing the modern games. We'll go ahead and click on it. And as you can see, we have these sorts of rewards. By linking the game with your level 5 ID, you can obtain puzzle points in line with your current status. As you gather more points, you'll unlock information in all the top secret files. So we can go ahead and collect some points, I suppose. Thanks. We'll collect some points here. Thanks. We'll collect them there as well. Yes, that is associated with the actual company that makes the game. Top secret is the menu. You can look into that. You can get profiles about the different characters, which is pretty cool, as well as artwork. I always like to see artwork in video games. This is a lot of the artwork we've seen on the top screen. Anytime I've switched to the top screen view to show off a full screen artwork, you can find it here. Music is like a sound test, so we can have all the different sort of sounds in here. That one should sound very familiar. It's probably my favorite. Just the standard Layton theme. The hidden door. We'll jump to the hidden door, I guess. You can use puzzle points to gain access to these secret files, which are very special things. This is part of our production where we finally show you how he came to be. Hurrah! Indeed. From here, you can take a peek into the process of how he went from page to the screen. It's only a fraction of the material created for the game. We do hope you enjoy it. Concept art. Hooray for concept art! This is concept art for Layton, it appears. Some concept art for Luke. I personally like this one right there in the middle. The Reinhold family. You can see Simon was pretty finalized from the start. The Layton mobile. Flora and Bruno. Flora was originally hidden as sort of like an old lady. We have some concept art for Saint Mystere. Layton's little figurine. Gonna go ahead and continue forth. There we go. We'd like to show you more, but this is all we have for you this time. We look forward to seeing you at the next adventure in the Professor Layton series. A nice little thing to have there. We also have the video game's manual. Cool. There we are. We can touch any file and choose to read it. And artwork. You can always purchase this with your puzzle points. Okay, we also have voice tests. See?
Luke, my boy.
I don't understand, Professor. Why are we...
Luke, my boy.
You can make them say anything they've already said. Movies is cutscenes, not going to show that off. Okay, so let's get into the actual meat and potatoes, what we're here for. Puzzle index is, of course, the puzzle index from the game. Weekly puzzles. This is an addition into the mobile version, because I believe it is. Maybe it's not, because up here it says 15 February 2007. Perhaps that was the day of the game's original release. Anyway, yes, it looks like we have a collection of a bunch of puzzles that they add in. Super cool. Not going to be doing them. Layton's challenges. Layton's challenges is why we are here, because every time we have completed one of the challenges in the game, be it the dog gizmo puzzle, the painting puzzle, or the in-sorting puzzle, we unlock a bonus puzzle past the original 120 puzzles. This is puzzle number 121, and it says, below is a diagram of a flag. From the measurements shown on the diagram, can you calculate what fraction of the flag's total area is represented by the diamond in the middle? Your answer will be the denominator for a fraction in a 1 over x form. Don't complicate things by bringing trigonometry into the mix. The solution is simple enough to work out in your head. No trigonometry? What? Are you sure? Yes, we're sure. Alright, so the easiest way I think to go about this is to acknowledge where things have to add up. So for example, this black line I'm drawing has to be 40, because this dimension is 80, this one is 20, that one is 20. Similarly, the line I will be drawing in red has to be 60, because we have 120 down here. Now, I am a huge fan of this sort of whole layout for a puzzle, because I think it's really great. Dimensioning is a huge part of documenting engineering things, and yeah, so with those two dimensions we can find the area of this diamond, and then we can subtract it from the area of this. The answer when you do all that math will come out to be 1 divided by 8. So I believe just inputting 8 is the number we want. It is 1/8 of the area. There we are. And Luke is happy, and we are happy. Nicely done. The measurements of each area of the diagram are key to the puzzle. If you draw a line or two to supplement the diagram's information, it's easy to see that the diamond represents 1/8 of the flag's length. Very interesting. Looks like they went about a route of getting the area of everything except that diamond. I would like a more direct approach. Splendid solving. Of course, I expected nothing less from you. So I should explain that each of these sort of puzzle categories are divided based on houses. Right now we're doing the Inventor's House. This is puzzle number 122, the next die in the Inventor's House. And the Inventor's House is related to the Gizmo puzzle, of course. The 3 and 6 dotted sides of several dice are lined up end to end to form a particular pattern. Which of the 3 options below should go next in order to continue the pattern? So we have slash, 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 and then lines. And then slash lines, slash lines, slash lines. Next thing should be, drumroll please, another connection of lines. That'll be puzzle solution C is what we are after. Luke is happy with that solution. Now let's read a little more about it. Nicely done. If you look at the dots on top of the die, of the 3 rows stacked on top of each other, you can see that there's a trend in the top row of dots. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, or O, double O, triple O. The group of dots continuing in an unbroken chain in the top row increase by 1 each time. The final set of dots should be 6 dots in a row, and you need 3 more dots to make it happen. Therefore, the answer is C. Layton is, of course, very pleased with that. We can do the final puzzle here in the Inventor's House, which is puzzle number 123, Tons of Triangles. The diagram shown below shows a triangle with several lines running through it. How many different triangles can you spot within the diagram? Very interesting question that we must figure out. So there's obviously the big major one, which I will do in red, and that's just the whole triangle. Start with 1. I will go ahead and highlight some other triangles. There's a triangle right here, a triangle right here, a triangle right there, a small one there. Well, let's switch colors. There's this one right here, one right there, one, I highlighted this one right there, and this tiny one right here, this tiny one right here. I'm not going to count all of them, but the answer is 17 triangles hidden within this large triangle. Going through and highlighting them all would simply take too much time for the video, and I truthfully think I spent too much time talking about all the other bonus stuff anyway. But there we are, 17 triangles. Great job. As you can see from the complete list of triangles above, it's a simple picture, but with a lot of triangles. There we are. Triangle number 1, of course, is the easiest to spot because it's just the gigantic triangle. There we go. So that finishes up the Layton Challenges Inventor's House. We'll now move on to the Decorator's House, which is related to the inn. As you can see, Professor Layton is standing in the inn as he delivers us the puzzle. This, of course, is puzzle number 124, the missing number. The numbers below all follow a certain rule. What is the missing number? The missing number is going to be the number 1. A very simple solution. It's just 1 digit. There's 1 space to write. It is the number 1. Very good. From the string of numbers, they represent the dates from the end of one year to the beginning of the next. So we have 12/31, 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, representing, of course, December 31st, January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd. And now we will hop into puzzle number 125, which is known as rolling the die. How did I know? because I clicked on the puzzle. A young boy sits quietly on a stoop, rolling a single dice over and over. Each time the die stops rolling, he picks it up, examines it, and whispers something to himself. Every time he gets a 1, he whispers, 15. Each time he gets a 6, he whispers, 20. The boy just rolled a 3. What number will he whisper this time? Alright, so a very similar solution to what we got for the triangles, because this one is also 17. If you just shift up each thing that he is saying, we know what the top is and we know what the bottom is, so we can totally interpolate to say 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. He has some code that correlates these together, but basically we need to go up 2 from 15 or down 3 from 20. The answer is 17. That is a strategy called interpolation, where you're given a range of numbers and you can always find the values in between those two numbers. Say it's like a minimum and a maximum. It's a bad idea to extrapolate, which means to take the number and try and go beyond. So example, to say that the next one, if you were somehow to roll a 7, would be 21. We don't technically know that. It's a fair assumption, but we don't want to make any assumptions. Excellent, the answer is 17. Boy is counting the number of dots currently visible on the die. The only face of the die not included in this count is the one face down. Top and bottom sides of the die always add up to 7, so it's easy to calculate the total for all the 5 faces exposed on any given roll. There we go. And I believe we have one more puzzle here, red and blue 2. Red and blue 2. Here we are. Puzzle number 126, worth 70 Pickerats. 2 sets of colored balls labeled A through D are shown in the box below. Your job is to move the red balls to the red zone and the blue balls to the blue zone. Sound difficult? It gets harder. Within each zone, all balls must stay in their correct ABCD order in order for you to complete the puzzle. Balls can only move into vacant spots and they can't jump over other balls. Okay. So we have quite the puzzle challenge here because, well, that was dumb. Let's just restart. What we have to do here is match up a large variety of these different colored balls. We've done puzzles relating these sorts of elements before, but now, of course, it's time to actually make sure that they stay in a very precise order, and it is not good if they somehow leave this order. So we have to be consistent, and there we are. I think the main objective here is to sort out some of the harder components, such as the ones that don't tend to stay in a nice place, the ones that are harder to put away. So for example, trying to get rid of the A and the D first would be nice. I can store this over here, I can store this here. I want to get the blue A out. It'd be nice to get the blue A into circulation, because then we could get going on some of these things. Perfect. Scoot that over there. That can go over there. This can go here, I guess. There we are. I'm focusing on doing the blue ones first. There we go. I want to give my attention to these. Okay. And then we can scoot this one over. We can get this ball into play as well. Already over 100 moves. Okay, C goes over there. We can put B and that. Alright, now what we need to do is go about sorting through some of the more challenging pieces of the puzzle. We need A there, B, and C. Okay, 126 moves. Definitely more than necessary, but not atrocious. Not atrocious. It just says great job. It just says great job. I was going to say it said good job, but it actually says great job. They're very proud of us. Art Lover's House, puzzle number 127. I believe this one is called the Perimeter Panic? Perimeter Perplexer. All you know about the plot of land below is what's written here, but even these few measurements give you enough information to accurately calculate the plot's perimeter. In feet, what is the length of the perimeter? Be careful in considering your answer. The diagram may not be proportionally accurate. Okay. 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 So, we have to basically derive the perimeter, which is the length of all of the sides added up together, in order to make this shape come true. We have to find these dimensions. Now, don't be confused and think it's area, because area is far more useful than perimeter, and that's not what it's asking for here. Area, of course, is a length times a width, and a perimeter is the summation of all the length elements. That's unnecessary for the problem, but it's kind of fun to say. So we can tell, essentially, that we have this length over here being 5 as well, because that's how these dimension lines work. We also know that this length here is 5, and that this length here is 3, so that the summation of this and this is like 5 plus this little area right here. If you add up all the numbers, we get the perimeter of 26 feet. And I just want to go ahead and mention that there's generally a set of best practices. I am a civil engineering student in college, so I have a bit of knowledge about these sorts of things. But basically, this is called dimensioning, and there are some best practices for dimensioning, and these do not follow the best practices for dimensioning. There is a large lack of information that's easily available and easy to see, and so when you are dimensioning a diagram of some sort, you want to make sure that you don't over-dimension, but you also don't under-dimension. Anyway, now we're going to jump over to puzzle number 128, the number lock, 70 Pickerats. The door in front of you has an odd lock mounted on the front. The only way to unlock this strange contraption is to place small tiles labeled 1 to 9 in its slots. The lock will open when the numbers on the lock equal the same number when multiplied vertically and horizontally. There are 9 tiles, but the lock only has 7 slots, so you won't need 2 tiles. Can you open the lock? We most certainly can open the lock by placing in some very nice little digits here. 3 and 4 is 12, 12 and 6, 12 and 6 is 6, 12, no, 12, 20, 36, 48, 66, 72, 8 and 9 is 72, 9 and 4 is 37, so yep, that's it. That's the solution. I did that math in my head, and that's a lot. I have calculators. That's right, as long as your combinations equal up to 72, you've got the right answer. The diagram above shows one of the many possible configurations that are correct. The only tiles you can't use in your answer are 5 and 7. Alrighty, and the last one for the art lover's house. What is this one? I didn't read it. 4 balls. Move each ball to the area with the same color. Do you have what it takes to complete the puzzle? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's the solution in 34 moves. That's a hard one. I don't like rush hour puzzles. 28 moves to solve. Solving it should be difficult if you stay focused and avoid getting confused. Writing the Declaration of Independence shouldn't be difficult if you just know what to write. Right, guys? Not my favorite style of puzzle. That is all for the art lover's house. Now we have the golden apples house with puzzles 130 through 132. Here we are, taking place, of course, in the Golden Apple room. This is Too Many Queens 5. Too Many Queens 5. Remember Too Many Queens, ladies and gentlemen? It's back. In chess, the queen can move the full length of the board diagonally, vertically, and horizontally. So here we are. This is the big one. See if you can place 8 queens on this 8x8 chessboard. Same rules before. Don't let any piece block another's line of movement. Alright, so we need C1, B3, A5, which is 3, 4, 5. There we go. D7, which should be down here. E2, right there. F8, all the way at the bottom. G6, and 4. That should be our solution. They love it. I love it. We love to see it. 99 Pickerats. That puzzle was worth. Way to go, you finally worked your way up to an official size chessboard, 8x8. Because this classic puzzle requires the solver to place 8 queens, it's also known as the 8 queens puzzle. If you consider rotations and mirrored solutions as separate answers, there are 92 answers to this puzzle. Without any of the above factors, there are only 12 answers. And now we move on to puzzle number 131, lighter or heavier. This is actually a very interesting puzzle because there is no official solution. This puzzle is randomized. It is randomized. How cool is that? Below are 12 weights that are visually identical to one another. Among these is a single weight that has a different weight than the others. The problem is that you don't know whether the weight is lighter or heavier. Use the scales exactly 3 times to determine which weight is different from the others. So we're going to load weights 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as 5, 6, 7, and 8 on the others, and we're going to weigh it. And as you can see, one of these weights over here on the left, one of 1, 2, 3, or 4, is the heavier one. So we will split that, move this over to here. Of these two, one is heavier than the other, so we will measure between 1 or 2. 2 is the heaviest weight. There we go. 2 is the heaviest weight. In the event that the first 2 were level, then we basically skip the step. We know that either 9, 10, 11, or 12 is the heavier weight. And then we can split those 2 and 2. There we go. This is a challenging problem well known to many puzzle aficionados. If you're lucky, it's possible to find the answer without too much work. Think about how you could do this if you wanted to use the scale as many times as you wanted. You just measure each one individually. Okay, and puzzle number 132. Deep breath, ladies and gentlemen. It's a rush hour puzzle. Princess in a Box number 2. Tired of leading a sheltered life, this princess is trying to escape her castle. Armed guards, however, are blocking her path. Slide the blocks out of the way to move the red one out the exit to the right. Her freedom depends on you. Can you do it? Oh gosh, puzzle. You know, I truly have no clue. There we are. 54 moves, 57 moves, a lot of moves. I'm cheating. I looked up the solution. This is a classic example of a sliding puzzle. A classic example. Now you may think we're done now, we completed all of the houses, but a new house is revealed. The Puzzle Master's house, with 3 of the absolute hardest puzzle in the game. Puzzle number 133 is Finish the Equation. Complete the equation by inserting the 4 numbered tiles into the correct slots. We need to have 10 be the solution, and you need to remember your order of operations here. We need to do 3 minus 7 divided by 4 is 8. 7 divided by 4 is somewhere in the... Where is 7 divided by 4? Let's do that on a calculator really quickly. 7 divided by 4 gives you 1.75. So 3 minus 1.75 gives you 1.25 times 8, 10. There you go. There's your equation. Have to remember your order of operations. Sharp thinking. You have to think in fractions to solve this one. If you don't realize this early on, this puzzle can be a bear to solve. Oh, fractions. Gross. Don't look. Don't look. Decimals. Think in decimals. Don't think in fractions. Puzzle number 134. Land disputes. 80 Pickerats. 4 people are arguing with one another about how to divide up a large chunk of land they inherited. We want to divide things up nice and even. Every piece of property should have a well and a house and be exactly the same shape. Can you divide the property up according to their wishes and end the bickering? Here we go. This is how you go about doing that. Perfect. And then we can draw a line right here. Oh, perfect. And then right through here as well. That looks good. That should be everyone having the same shape, the same well, the same home. That's correct. Finally, an end to the bickering. Dividing a line like this doesn't seem very sensible, but if it keeps the owners happy, you can't really complain, can you? I can complain because it's a really weird shape. It's like a snake. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's one puzzle left. Puzzle 135, The Royal Escape. Can you imagine what this kind of puzzle is? With a name like The Royal Escape, worth 99 Pickerats? Buckle up, ladies and gents. It's rush hour. Fun fact, while I'm doing this puzzle, it's actually known as the Queen's Escape in the UK version of the game. I'm not sure why this puzzle has a different name, but there have been other puzzles that have had different names. I've just never had the opportunity or really felt the need to call them out. But it is, for some reason, like a common thing for puzzles to have different names. And this is just one of them. It is called the Royal Escape. I assume because... Alright, it's called the... What is it called? I just lost my train of thought. It's called the Queen's Escape. Perhaps it's called the Queen's Escape because they have a queen in Britain or in the UK, and they want to emphasize that it's the queen that's escaping, and that you need to help the queen escape. I personally don't have a preference on who I'm helping escape. In fact, as many of you might be able to guess, I'd rather help 0 people escape because I, drumroll please, don't like rush hour puzzles. Shocker, I know, but it's true, and that's just how I feel. So we're kind of cycling around these larger pieces to make sure that there is plenty of room to get them out of the way and dealt with completely, so that we don't really have to think too much about them as we continue to cycle the solution around. And there we go. In 87 moves, we have helped the queen / the royal escape. Wonderful! This is a classic example of a slide puzzle. Yes, that's the way to do it. Of course, I would expect nothing less from you. And with this, it seems you completed every puzzle in the game. Congratulations! You possess an aptitude and passion for puzzle solving that is equal to my own. I encourage you to continue to sharpen your skills with the weekly puzzles in the bonus menu. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the dealio. We've auto-saved the game. I can't go back. We're back here on the title screen. That should just about be it for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I want to thank you all so much for sticking with me through this series. I usually take about a week off to play random games here and there, and then I'll be back with a huge announcement for the next Let's Play series. I might delay a little longer on this one because we're approaching summer. I have a few weeks left of school, and then we can really hit the ground running, making big progress on a big Let's Play. Haven't decided for sure yet when I will announce it, but stay tuned. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and you will be in the loop on that. That's going to be all for now, though, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell friends with my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys share my videos around, and I'll catch you guys all back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.